Hey fellow backyard boyers, Nick here. I've been getting a lot of requests to build a kukri, so today I'm going to show you how I turned this half of a lawnmower blade into this kukri. Let's get started. The lawnmower blade I'm using today is 20 inches long and 1/8 of an inch thick. Now this is an older blade that is hardenable, and keep in mind that some newer blades cannot be hardened. I start heating the blade up with my propane torch until it comes up to a bright orange color. Once the blade's up to temperature, I start by closing up the first hole in the blade. I'm just forcing it shut by hammering on the edge and then flattening it out. Once I get both sides closed, I bring it up to a yellow heat and make sure that the blade is completely closed off. Once the hole's closed, I start shaping the front of the blade. Now basically, I'm just alternating between striking the edge and striking the flats to move the material and bring out the shape of my tip. I'm trying to get as much of this done without any sort of shaping or grinding, and I'm hoping to not have to do any grinding on this knife whatsoever. So I'm just hammering it out. Right now I'm just trying to bring out the shape of the blade. And once I stop working on the profile, I bring out the bevels, just hammering on both sides, trying to keep everything even. Once the blade looks good, I start hammering out the handle section and close up the second hole. Once the hole is closed up, I refine the handle section a little bit more, and I'm just going by eye and just trying to figure out what looks right. Once I've drawn out the handle a little bit, I start working on the bevel, and I'm trying to create a transition between handle and blade by really drawing the bevel out in this section. Now as I draw out the bevel, everything kind of squishes outward and the shape changes, so I have to constantly go back and fix everything up, make sure that the curve is how I want it. Once I'm happy with the shape of the blade, I take it to the edge of the anvil and I start working on my curves. I establish the curve in the blade, work on some of the curve in the handle, and then go back and finalize the nice forward curve that the blade has. Now I go back and just start pounding out the center of the belly of the blade, and I'm creating a fuller. This gives the blade added body and a little more belly while keeping weight down. I use these next few heats to gently refine the shape and get the blade exactly where I want it. Just light taps to make sure everything's straight and true. I use a wire brush to remove some of the forge scale, and then use the edge of the anvil as a hot cut tool to separate the kukri from the rest of the lawnmower blade. With the blade cut free, I upset the end of the handle and then start moving the material around with the hammer so I can get the nice flared end that you see on a lot of traditional kukris. Once I'm happy with that, I take it to the edge of the handle and create a little choil, which is reminiscent of the cho you find on traditional kukris. Once I've got that hammered in, I start refining the shape of the handle, giving it a nice curve to it so that it fits in the hand really well. And here's the finished blade blank after forging. Be sure to check out part 2 where we go over heat treating, finishing up the blade, and chopping some things. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.